bench, last, second last, third last. Girls, last, the second last. Now, I want to ask you one question. Want to ask you one question first is how many of you are nervous about the CET exam? Is anybody nervous? Raise your hands. Yes, very good. You should be nervous at this stage. Who else? You. Who else is nervous? 3. All others are confident. 4. 5. So only 5 children are nervous. Only 5 children are nervous. Who else? Rest all are confident. 100 out of 100. Hai na? See. The other day when I said 100 questions and 90 minutes. Okay. Now 90 minutes is 1.5 hours. I'll tell you that. So what comes to your mind when you 90 time come hai? First question is, so you are comparing 100 and 90. 100 to 90, and that's the first instance where you get nervous. 1.5 hours is quite a bit of time. It's quite a lot of time. And ideally you should aspire to complete every question in half a minute. Every question in half a minute. So you should be able to finish your paper in 60 minutes. And you will do it. You can do it. Let me tell you, children, do it. But how is it possible? How is it possible to complete the paper within 60 to 5 minutes? Kaise possible hai? Practice. How will you practice? See, only saying practice is not important. How are you going to practice? There are 40 questions of English. There are 30 questions of maths, mathematics and reasoning. And then there are 15 of GK. And there are 15 of computers. Basic computer hai ye. This section is easy. You only have to study and go, no? This section is easy. You only have to study and go. I've given you a lot of material to study also. But if you don't study, will it help? This section is easy. There is a lot of material. You just have to study. And how to study? It is just at a glance. You have to understand, no? What is going to trouble you? This is not even going to trouble you, maths and English. But let me tell you, this is not very high level English. This is basic English. The English that you are studying from your kindergarten till the 12th standard. Have you not studied English every year? So why fear English? Have you not studied basic maths every year? From your kindergarten till the 12th standard, maths and English has been very essential component of your studies. So what is it? The only thing it needs is practice, but not only practice, it needs diligent practice. Now in the sample papers that we have given in our books, sometimes you will see the English is having 50 questions. Sometimes you will see the English having 30 questions. Sometimes you will see it is having 40 questions. It is because it is based on previous year's sample paper. Last year the English was 30 and maths was 40. This year the English is 40 and maths is 30. That is why you will see when you are studying previous year's papers that the number of questions are differing. Doesn't matter. Take one sample paper, put a timer at your home of 90 minutes. Ideally, you should not even put a timer of 90 minutes. You should put a timer of less than 90 minutes at home and aspire. Don't let anyone disturb you. Don't let anyone disturb you. And this is an online test, let me tell you. This is a computer based test. So you should be able to mark very quick. Read and mark, and it is just very easy. What will trouble you is comprehension. But comprehension is also very little passages. Maths will not trouble you. Maths is very basic and reasoning. All of you are clever enough to get that logical reasoning correct. All of you. I don't see any student who is not clever or who's a little weak or whatever. I see all of you are clever. All of you can study well. But see, any subject, when you're going for an exam, you have to prepare yourself. There is a way to prepare yourself. The way to prepare for CET exams is continuous practice. Practice with all your heart. That's it. Alright? So don't get nervous because of this equation 190. 90 minutes is 1.5 hours, let me tell you. And you should aspire to complete one question within half a minute. Within half a minute. And yes, there will be, what happens is in any exam, there will be a few questions that are tricky. It happens though, even in your 12th standard final exam, you must have seen. Some of the questions have troubled you. The entire paper is not going to be, the entire paper is not going to be difficult also. Correct? And you have to make it easy for yourselves by studying. That's it. So it is studying, studying and studying. Don't take it lightly. When is your exam? I think 25th April and all, no? Kabhi hai? April, no? But so you have lot of time to study. But if you are loitering around, if you are saying no, I will study at the last moment, hoga hi nahi. It is just by heart. रट्टा मार के जाओ, मीनिंग्स, एंटोनिम, वन वर्ड, मैथ्स के जो फॉर्मूलाज है वो सारे सब कुछ रट्टा मारो बस. Give orals if you want to someone, to your parents or to your siblings, whoever there is at home, or study among friends. Give oral to each other. और फिर होगा. और अगर फ्रेंड्स के साथ मस्ती होती है तो बैठो ही मत पढ़ाई करने, फिर अकेले पढ़ो. And this is a very easy paper, let me tell you. It is not difficult. You people think, people get nervous and you will make it difficult. Alright? I sent worksheets in the group yesterday. All of you got? There was a worksheet on tenses. नहीं? Telegram पे group है ना तुम्हारा? History का notes मिला? Geography का notes मिला? And then general knowledge का notes मिला? Okay, I had sent a worksheet on tenses. I had sent a worksheet on spot the error. I will ask the ma'am why she has not sent. That, you know, the tenses exercise is a 100-sentence exercise. So if you practice 100 sentences, it is in MCQ format. You will be ready for any kind of tenses questions. If you practice 100 questions on spot the error, you will be ready to sort out any questions. Practice those. That's it. So I'll be putting, in the similar manner, I'll be putting worksheet in the group for prepositions, for subject verb agreement. That will give you comfort. So today I will solve one more sample paper from the book with you people, and you see how comfortable you are with the English sample paper. Solving papers is the only key. If you want, buy one more set of sample papers. Target is having good set of sample papers. You can buy those afterwards. You know, it is a set of sample paper which is together, the entire 100 questions together. You can buy those, practice with those afterwards. Okay, but that you will do only after some time. Now you will work towards honing your basics. Anywhere which is a weak area for you, you will make it strong. All right. So let us see. That ma'am, कर दो switch. कहाँ से करते हैं मुझे नहीं मालूम बेटा. यहाँ पे उसका फ्लैप, हाँ वो उसका फ्लैप ऊपर नहीं होता ना. So don't get nervous about the paper please. Easy paper होता है. Yes. हाँ वो कॉल बटन कहाँ होता है? ये अच्छा. बस. There's a call button also. I did not know. Okay, so which paper do we solve? That. And why are you laughing? Now page number 2. One word substitution. How many of you have studied? कितनों ने पढ़ा है one word substitution? You have read? थोड़ा सा नहीं होता है ना बेटा, सब पढ़ो. बहुत है तो पढ़ना ही होगा उसको. और कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है, उसको रट्टा ही मारना होगा. And let me tell you, see, out of these words, many words you know. Out of these words, you know many words. There will be few that you don't know. So you have to study only those. Why were you absent yesterday? You were absent, no, yesterday? Migraine. And I taught tenses in a lot of detail. And I was looking for you. Why are you absent? Ologies and orographies, you have to study. और ये ओलोजीज ओग्राफीज ज्यादा नहीं है. Idioms and phrases, if you study, you will be able to learn. It is a easy topic. Last benchers, quiet. All last benchers, second last, third last, all, everyone keep quiet. Idioms and phrases is a very easy topic to study. But you have to study on your own. Comparisons, as whatever as, positive degree hai ye, no? All the comparisons on page 12 is with a positive degree, if you see. Comparisons with like. Okay, idiomatic phrasal verbs. Idiomatic phrasal verbs are phrasal verbs, that is an action which is in group of words. So instead of saying go, I will say back out. So I am using two words together, which is a phrasal verb. So idiomatic phrasal verbs that become idioms, short sayings, back out or back up or bear out. All right, bear with, to endure. No, please bear with me. It is a very common word that we use in everyday day-to-day talk. So bear with is endure. Blow over, to be over with something. All this will help you to learn English properly. कितना अच्छा बुक है, और क्या चाहिए पढ़ने के लिए. पढ़ाई नहीं करनी है ना, खाली नर्वस होते रहना है. And then unit 6 is English grammar. Tomorrow I will be revising this entire grammar section again. I will revise again so that you people become comfortable with the grammar, the articles, the prepositions, everything. All right. So that will be a third revision in grammar for us. Common mistakes in English composition. Whatever common mistakes you do, right and wrong is written here. Then there is verb, how to use it in tenses, and some important rules of grammar. In this important rules, mainly the rules of subject-verb agreement is given. And then you have the word list. Now word list you have to learn. So how do you manage your vocabulary? By learning new words, right? So इसको पढ़ना ही है. Vocabulary you have to learn the word list, which is on page number 29. Has anyone started learning this list? How do you find it when you are learning? You know, correct. That is what, see, what she says is right. Most of the words, that is 70% of the words you people know. It is only the 30% words that will trouble you and you have to learn. So, but you have to make an attempt to learn. After the word list, and it is fortunately in alphabetical order. Maximize your potential. Okay, and now starts your objective English. The first exercise is solved, and in this now it is not according to the pattern, it is according to the contents of the exam. What is the meaning of contents of the exam? If you have synonyms, you will get 22 practices of synonym in this exercise. If you have ordering of words in a sentence, jumbled sentence, then you get that many practices here. So see, this book is self-sufficient to practice. But you have to practice sentence improvement. Again, there are so many practicing. Spotting the errors. There are so many things to practice here. Correct? So what else do you need? Why is the fear of the exam in your minds? If you go step by step in this book, even the mathematics section is very elaborate in the book. It is with a lot of care that we have chosen this book for you. So study. Don't get nervous. Yesterday 2 people came to me and asked me whether we will be able to complete the paper and all. I said, you will be able to complete only if you practice. Only if you practice. No, even if I have to attend a CET exam, in spite of teaching for so many years now, I will not be able to attempt unless I study from here. Let me tell you that also. No, I have to study again, and only then I will be able to attempt a CET exam. So, वही है ना, studying is the key. Okay, so don't feel that you will not be able to crack it. You will crack it. Let me tell you, all of you will get good marks. But start studying. Sentence improvement है, solved exercise 2. There are passages. So now, on page number 53, there is comprehension. So today's topic that we are going to practice is comprehension. All right. So we will practice comprehension because that is something you need to get comfortable with, the comprehension part. So let's practice comprehension today. So in this section you have 4 short passages. This is the length of the passage in the exam also. After each passage you will find several questions based on the passage. First read passage 1 and answer the questions based on it, then go to the other passage. Alright. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 2 questions over here that is given in this passage, and they are solved also. So let us look at this passage. Please read the passage. Now I am going to read the passage. Pay attention in your books. Should I browse? What page number? Pay attention into your book now, or look at the board, whatever. So let's read the passage. In our approach to life, be it pragmatic or otherwise, a basic fact that confronts us squarely and unmistakably is the desire for peace, security and happiness. So what is our desire? First question that may come into the exam. Different forms of life at different levels of existence make up the teeming denizens of this earth of ours. What is the meaning of teeming denizens? The teeming population, the inhabitants of this earth. So you have to know the meanings into the passage. Immediately when you are reading, mark, this can become a question. So what, why becomes a question in the passage. What is the meaning of different words in the passage? After that, and no matter whether they belong to the higher groups such as human beings or to the lower groups such as animals. So higher groups is human beings, lower groups is animals. I have noted down another point. Who is talking? All beings primarily seek peace, comfort and security. Life is as dear to a mute creature as it is to a man. Now, to a man, that to is an error. It should be to infinitive and not to adverb. TOO2 is an adverb and it should be to infinitive. To. TO2. Even the lowliest insect strives for protection against dangers that threaten its life. So, what are they trying to tell us is everyone strives for protection. Everyone wants to be safe. Just as each one of us want to live and not to die, so do all other creatures. So, every creature on this earth wants to live is the meaning of the passage. Very easy passage. Once you read it with all your focus, see, I did not know this passage is. I read it just now and I have understood with it. This is how you are going to read passages and understand. So, the author's main point is that, now they have given you different options. Quickly, I will read the 4 options. Different forms of life are found on earth. Different levels of existence are possible in nature. Peace and security are the chief goals of all living beings. Even the weakest creature struggles to preserve its life. Now, which is the correct option from this? C. Peace and security are the chief goals of all living beings. Isn't it easy? It is easy. No, it's not easy. No? Giving me a blank look, that is why I'm asking. Yes, you. It is easy, no? You have understood after reading, right? Don't get scared. All of you can do it. All of you are good children. All of you can. Everyone will crack the secret. See, the passage is so easy. So, but it needs reading the way I have read it just now. You can't be wandering, your mind cannot be wandering here and there and you are reading a passage. Okay. So, the second question. Which one of the following assumptions or steps is essential in developing the author's position? Which one of the following assumptions or steps is essential in developing the author's position? Which step is developing the author's position? All forms of life have a single overriding goal. The will to survive of a creature is identified with a desire for peace. All beings are divided into higher and lower groups. A parallel is drawn between happiness, life and pain and death. See, now the first 3 options are tricky options because all of them are there in the passage. The first option, all forms of life have a single overriding goal. Yes, they have, of survival. The will to survive of a creature is identified with a desire for peace. When you want to survive peacefully. Will you like to survive with dangers lurking all around you? No. Then after that, all beings are divided into higher and lower groups. Yes, this is also a true fact of the passage. They have mentioned it in the passage. There is a higher group which is we, the human beings, and there is lower group which is the other creatures. Then a parallel is drawn between happiness. This is not there in the passage. There is no parallel drawn in the passage between happiness and life and pain and death. So, which option will I choose from A? B. The will to survive of a creature is identified with a desire for peace. This option makes better sense. Why? Because the question is, what steps is essential in developing the author's position? What is the author saying? Yes, we need to survive. Every creature needs to survive, but he needs to survive peacefully also. Will you not like peace around you? If you're going on the road and if there are riots going on, will you be peaceful in that situation? No. So that is why this option makes better sense. So you have to reason out the options also sometimes if they appear similar. है ना? And this is where you need to take a little bit more time in solving in these type of questions, and 1 or 2 questions will be like this in the exam, where you need a little more time to reason out, and you will waste time on this, not waste, but you may take a little more time on these questions, but not all the questions. The previous one was very easy, immediately we could pick out. 1 or 2 questions are like this, a tricky question. So now there are 11 to 22, there are 10 questions here in the next passage. Let's see. So I'll read passage number 1 now. Okay, and again it's a very short passage, but there are 10 questions. So let us see how to attempt this passage. Computers are making inroads into our society, whether India is ready for them or not. All right. Also coming with them are potential threats in the form of office automation, factory automation, computer controlled machine, tools, expert systems, artificial intelligence machines, network datacom systems, and so on. So there are computers that are coming in, there are dangers of the computer, it will take away jobs of man and everything will become automated. This is the second, the danger of computer. Each one with the potential to theoretically displace entire chunks of the workforce. Yes, it does, no? The stated response of most economists and sociologists to such a situation is to advise massive retraining of the workforce. What are they saying? Retrain your workforce to adapt to the computers instead of chucking out the workforce. See, a job or an employment is very essential for every individual, and because of automation, if you are going to lose your work, then that is not a good situation. Now the unemployment will increase. So what is the author saying? Retrain. Retraining the workforce to adapt to the new computer environment is essential. In a computer system, but this is just a short-term solution. In a computer system which, for instance, automatically manufactures a chemical product which previously 100 people used to make it with multiple divisions of labor. Now see, so now if you have a machine which is automatically manufacturing a chemical product which previously needed lot of people with all division of labor, you will do. What is division of labor? Labor is divided into different people, no? How many can be restrained? How many can be restrained? What is the meaning of restrain? What is the meaning of restrain? Anyone? I want you to give me the meanings now. Restrain come in, huh? Restrain, retrained, sorry. What is the meaning of retrained? How many can you retrain, no, in this case? And for which functions? So now the question is, how many of you, if there are 100 people that are needed to perform a job of one machine, how many people can you retrain, and for what functions are you going to retrain them if the machine is performing everything? The only jobs that would remain would be those of receiving the raw materials at the plant site, manual inspection, handling emergencies in the machinery, and inspection of the finished product. So these are the only jobs that will remain, and this is our passage. What is the underlying meaning of this passage? Computers will take away human employment most likely, and you need to retrain the humans. But even if you are retraining the human, there is a limit. They have given you an example of chemical production. What are the jobs that will remain? They are listed out, and now you set out to see your questions. After you read the question, in case you don't understand, you will go back to the passage and read. One of the question will trouble you. Okay, so let us see the first question. 11. According to the author, which one of the following statements is true? So let's see which one of the following statements is true. India is ready to usher in the age of computers. India is in dire need of computer systems for industrial development. India has been resisting with all her might the invasion of computers. Computers are a threat to workforce which stands in danger of being reduced. Which is the correct option? D option is correct. है ना? So how to read the passage? I am reading it with you. I did not know this passage exists in this book. I read it with you. I've understood it with you. The same activity you can do. So it's a fairly simple passage. Please don't do all that in front of me. I get very irritated. Don't even do that. I wake up at 6 o'clock. I do all my household work and then I run here. Followed? So don't even try to be that lazy and then yawning and trying to stretch yourself. Very bad manners. Bad etiquettes also when you're sitting in a crowded room facing someone who's so elder to you. So hold yourself. Every time you can't be like this, no? 1 or 2 days we understand, all right, you're feeling lazy, you're not feeling all right. Not every day. And you're right in front of me. Pay attention, no? Which one of the following explanation best helps to bring out the precise meaning of office automation? Methods and machines to make office work more and more automatic, especially by means of electronic control. Person in an office who appears to act involuntarily or without active intelligence. A machine in office premises, self-moving, able to work or be worked without attention. Self-governed officials in a group. Now, which explains better the exact meaning of office automation? Methods and machines to make office work more and more automatic, especially by means of electronic control. The option A is a suitable option for this question. Easy? Even the second question was easy. No? Third question. Which one of the following statement best reflects the underlying idea of the passage? Computers are a necessary evil. Computers will prove a positive menace to larger sections of the workforce in India. Menace is threat. Okay. The idea of computerization may still be rejected. Computers will go a long way in solving the problem of unemployment. Now, which is a correct option? Computer will prove a positive menace to a larger sections of the workforce in India. The second option is a suitable option. In the third passage now. Let's go to the third passage. So I'm reading again. See how I read. He came out of a stormy February night. Two large eyes glared at me through the darkness of my rain-drenched cabin window. And in the gleam of lightning, I saw a large brown body and huge jaws. I feared it was a mountain lion. I had gone to British Columbia on the Pacific coast of Canada to write a novel. For 7 months, I had lived all alone in my wooden cabin. Scared, I slowly backed into the kitchen for my torch and axe. Keeping away from the window, I shone the torch to find myself facing a large black and brown dog, his tail wagging wildly. I opened the door slightly and he rushed into the room, bringing pools of water, going half mad with delight. In spite of his big head, he was very, very thin. The bones showed through his coat. Coat is his fur coat. Dogs have fur on them, so through his coat meaning his skin, his fur coat. But the look in his eyes said more clearly than any words, please may I have something. So the dog is hungry, right? So here the author is fearing first what type of creature it is. The author is getting alarmed and taking precautions with a torch and an axe. When it flashed its torch, what did it see? There is a dog, and the dog is very happily wagging its tail. When she opened the door, the dog rushed inside, bringing in pools of water with it. Why? Because it's a stormy night, so it is wet, correct? And then the dog, they have described how the dog looked. It was very thin. And what does it want in the end? So the dog is hungry. These are the things I gather when I read the passage. Now let's see the question. The writer kept away from the window because why was the writer away from the window? It was rain drenched? No. The lightning flashed through it? No. He was scared of the form he saw? Yes. And he was scared of the darkness outside? No. So he saw some form and he was scared. That's the correct option. Isn't it easy? आप कॉम्प्रिहेंशन से डरोगे? इतने सिंपल पैसेजेस होते हैं एग्जाम में, तो कॉम्प्रिहेंशन का डर हट गया सबका. Is everyone comfortable? So every area, no, you're not comfortable? Comfortable, no? So smile. You're feeling, change your place, no? Come here. One of you go out and ask them to switch off the AC. Come on, we'll go. वापस बैठ. One of you go out and tell them to switch off this AC. Go. Be comfortable before you pay attention. So AC off कर दो, उनको बहुत ठंड लग रही है. आ गए वो. It's right on you people, no? All of them are shivering. Let him come, no? He will switch it off. No, 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 no. Chalo, come on now, pay attention. He will do the needful. Chalo, come back into the passage. Second question. The dog was delighted as he rushed into the room because he felt that he might get some food. The writer was extremely moved when he saw the imploring, hungry look in the dog's eye. No? So easy. Next passage. Passage number 3 I am going to read and solve now with you people. For thousands of years, Indians have believed that man is different from his fellow animals because of his ability to make fools. Okay, so for many years, what did Indians believe? That man is different from his fellow animals, from all other creatures. Why? Because he has the ability to make a fool of others. No, not fool, sorry, tools. No one is correcting me. It's tools, not fools. Sorry. So, he has the ability, no? Man can make tools. Okay? Right from Stone Age we see. They made stone tools. Then in the Iron Age, in the Metal Age, they made metal tools. So, man can make tools. They have also developed a tradition of worshipping and honoring the tools and implements they use in agriculture and business. Which festival do we worship our tools? Dasera. No, mostly the students will worship their books because they are the tools, or the housewives will worship their utensils or whatever, a little bit. The farmers will worship their agricultural tools, whoever, no. So we have a culture of worshipping tools in India. By honoring our implements, we honor human ingenuity. Weapon worship originate with warriors honoring their weapons, the tools of their trade. Business. What is the meaning of trade? Business. In modern India, people still place garlands on the machine of their different trades, hoping for an auspicious response. But in our electronic age, new machines are arriving with such rapidity that honoring them can take just more than a day. So, according to the author, what makes man different from animal in his ability to make tools for various purposes? The author states that the significance of honoring and worshipping tools is that What is the option? Man's inventive power to produce tools. Correct? Not to express our gratitude to God for giving us tools. It is to honor man's ability. See, here it is confusing. Normal course, you may also mark express our gratitude to God for giving us tools. But no, we are honoring man's ability to make tools. Okay? Then, the purpose of placing garlands on the machines of different trades in modern times is decorate the machines, no. Create a fragrant atmosphere around the machines, no. Attract the customers in trade and business, yes. Show respect to them, no. Okay. So see, this last question was a little tricky question. No? We had to read again to find out the correct answer. D नहीं हो सकता बेटा. A क्या है? Recognize the usefulness of tools a tradition of, they have also developed a tradition of worshipping and honoring the tools and implements they use in agriculture and business. By honoring our implements, we honor human ingenuity. Human ingenuity. What are we honoring? Humans ingenuity. What is the meaning of humans ingenuity? The ability of man to make tools. That is why that first option is not correct, but the ability to make tools by man is the correct option. वहाँ पे लिखा है ना humans ingenuity. आया समझ में? वो option का. So you need to know the meaning of ingenuity. है ना? To know the correct option here. See, one word is troubling him because for the answer. Correct? So this is also how it will trouble you. Very good. I am happy that he asked the doubt. So this is how one word, not knowing the meaning of one word, will trouble you sometimes. Now, still not switched off. अभी तक switch off नहीं किया? कर दिया था? भट्टी बनाने का है क्या रूम में? हाँ? वो सब अच्छा फैन भी ऑफ करना है क्या? स्लैब ये साइड है. Come on, passage number 4. Passage number 4 now. Come on, pay attention into your books, everyone, or on the screen. No one has ever suggested that grinding pauperism can lead to anything else but moral degradation. What is the meaning of the word pauper? Huh? Begging. So, pauperism, grinding pauperism is you are encouraging pauperism. Okay? Can lead to anything but moral degradation. Every human being has a right to live and find resources to feed, clothe and house himself, but for this very simple performance we need no assistance from economists or their laws. Take no thought for the morrow. In an injunction, morrow is tomorrow. Quiet, second last bench. But तुम यहाँ पे देखो बुक में every human being has a right to live and find resources to feed, clothe and house himself. But for this very simple performance, we need no assistance from economists or the laws, do we? No, for our daily bread, if we have to earn our daily bread, do we need an economist to tell us how to earn? We know we have to work and earn money. Or the laws of economics? No. Take no thought for the morrow in an injunction which finds an echo in almost all the religious scriptures of the world. What is the meaning of this sentence, which sounds very tricky? Take no thought for the morrow. Don't think about tomorrow. Think about the present moment. Is an injunction which finds an echo. An injunction is a statement which finds an echo. It is written, it is echoed in every scripture, every written book, holy book or whatever. In every written, all the religious scriptures of the world. In a well-ordered society, the securing of one's livelihood should be and is found to be the easiest thing in the world. Indeed, the test of orderliness in a country is not the number of millionaires it has, but the absence of starvation among its masses. What is the meaning of this? It is not on the number of the population, but how well fed is the population. How well fed is the population, whether the population is starving or not. The only statement that has to be examined is whether it can be laid down as a law of universal application that material advancement means moral progress. The only statement that has to be examined is whether it can be laid down as a law of universal application. Is it a law of the universe? What? That material advancement means moral progress. Does it mean material advancement? What is the meaning of material advancement? You are advanced in having all the materials of life. What is materials? All your luxuries, comforts, whatever. So is material advancement moral progress? Moral progress is when your values and everything is in place, no? Then you are progressing morally. So is material advancement equal to moral progress? No. So see, this passage is a little bit difficult, but if you understand it, now this needs second time reading. This type of passage needs to be read second time to understand the meaning of every sentence. Now let us see, what does grinding pauperism lead to? Moral degradation. Very good. Self answered. No, it's there in the passage itself. Now, which one of the following injunction finds an echo in religious books? Do not think of tomorrow. The easiest thing available in a well-ordered society is food and shelter. आया? ये भी passage easy हो गया. Now this passage was difficult, but the questions were easy. ऐसे भी होता है ना? This passage was difficult, but the questions were very easy. But the questions become easy only when you understand the passage. नहीं तो नहीं होंगे, है ना? तो ये है, see ये बात है. अगर आपको 3 पैसेजेस दिए गए हैं एग्जाम में, आपको एक ऐसे ट्रबल करेगा. And you have to sail through. It is simple English. Read carefully. And all of you can read, no? All of you are English. So you have been learning English for so many years. So it's not difficult. Okay? Let's go to, so we have practiced 4 passages. Get a feel of how comprehension is. Okay? Alright? Now comfortable with comprehension, the exam. ऐसे पढ़ना है इसको. And when you are practicing comprehension, what you will do? You will take one passage, sit with a timer and see within how many seconds you can read and solve the questions. And you should aspire to reduce that time. See, because the utmost time or the more time is needed only for comprehension in the English paper. So what you will do is you will take all the comprehension passages one day and you will sit with a timer and see whether your time is reducing in the passage. Ultimately, you have only 30 seconds, half a minute for every question. So you should strive to answer every question in half a minute. And you take only 2 minutes to read the passage because of the length of the passage. Not more than that. आई बात समझ में? और ये जो टाइम है, aspire to reduce this time by setting a timer. मोबाइल फोन सबके पास है. मोबाइल फोन पर टाइमर लगाओ और पैसेजेस सॉल्व करो and see how well you are doing. And you will, let me tell you, you will very effective like this. When you set a time and practice. So do that. When you go home, your first activity will be now today, since we have revised comprehensions, please go home and practice comprehensions with a timer. Put a timer for every passage and see how soon can you solve. All right. Now, after this, again go to page number 63. I'll revise 1 or 2 passages here, then we go to general knowledge. So, on page number 63 now. So, the first passage on page number 63. In our approach to life, be it pragmatic or otherwise, a basic fact that confronts us squarely and unmistakably is the desire for peace, security and happiness. Different forms of life at different levels of existence make up teeming denizens of this earth of ours. And no matter whether they belong to the higher groups such as human beings or to the lower groups such as animals, all beings primarily seek comfort and security. Life is as dear to a mute creature as it is to a man. Even the lowliest insect strives for protection against dangers that threaten its life. Just as each one of us wants to live and not to die, so do all other creatures. Solve. Solve किया है, याद है आंसर्स अभी भी? कौन से आंसर्स थे? Do you remember the answers? Yes? So let's see the next passage now. Passage number 1. These are dangerous times for our conservationists. The Galapagos Islands, whose unique ecosystem inspired Charles Darwin's work on evolution. Last week, 30 scientists were held hostage by angry fishermen demanding the right to use semi-industrial techniques in the protected waters around the archipelago. Now, the local fishermen, what are they doing? They are resisting. They have held hostage some scientists. Why? They are saying, let us use semi-industrial techniques. That is, let us use some kind of machine so that our fishing is easier. Fishermen. So they are saying, instead of throwing nets in the water, we need to use some trawlers or some small ferry boats to do our fishing. This is what it means. They blocked roads, burned tires, and threatened to unleash boats on pristine islands. Ecuador's government quickly caved in. It promised to set up, who's talking? It promised to set up a committee on which the fishermen have many allies to study their claims. Unless reversed, this decision would have very serious implications for the conservation, says Sivai Harcourt of the Charles Darwin Foundation, which runs a research station on the islands. Since 1998, when Ecuador declared the Galapagos to be a marine reserve, decisions about its management have been made by a committee on which conservation bodies, tourist firms, government ministries and fishermen are all represented. The aim is to give the islands 18,000 residents a say while striking a balance between conservation and development. So this is a passage about a conflict between the local people and the committee who is responsible for conservation of this archipelago. Okay, so let us see the questions now. Which one of the following statements is correct? Ecuador's government, what is it doing? Had promised to look into the grievances of the fishermen. Why? Because they are aspiring to strike a balance between conservation also as well as the livelihoods of the local people. How many residents are there? 18,000. So the third option is correct. Which one of the following statements is correct? Galapagos Islands a nature reserve. Why? Because Charles Darwin also got his theory of evolution. What is the theory of evolution? Survival of the fittest. Coming to think of it, I miss the freedom fighters' pension by a whisker. What a pity that I only draw the army officers' pension. This is the next passage now. In 1947, just before India got her freedom, as an 8-year quiet, be patient when a few passages are read, you people become impatient and you start getting bored. Don't do that. Focus here. In 1947, just before India got her freedom, as an 8-year-old lad, I made an impassioned anti-British speech at a huge rally organized by congressmen at one district headquarters. My speech was short, it was by roti, and I made it standing on a table. But it was firebrand meaning a very fiery speech. My father had detailed a teacher specifically to train me in the art of public speaking and to take me to various anti-British meetings. Hats off to my father. Though a humble farmer, he had the vision that the future of his son lies in politics and not in farming. Anyway, at the meeting, just as I made my fiery speech, there was a raid. People ran helter-skelter and the police were all over the place. My good teacher whisked me away from the scene of battle. Next day, news of the lathi charge on the speakers was in the newspapers. None of those speakers are alive today, but they're not windows, it is widows. That word is widows and not windows. Okay, so correct it in the passage. Widows. But their widows draw handsome pension from the Consolidated Fund of India. Which one of the following statements is correct? The author was saved lathi charge by a kind policeman. Wrong. Widows of the freedom fighters draw pension from the Contingency Fund of India. Wrong. There was a lathi charge on the speakers in the anti-British rally. True. Author's father hired a teacher to make his son learn English. Even this is true. So what is the truer sentence here? That is a correct sentence. So that sounds more correct, no? So that option D is the correct answer. To make his son no. So sorry. I didn't pay attention to the last part. It is the third option that is correct. There was a lathi charge on the speakers in the anti-British rally. That option is correct. Not the fourth option. Which one of the following statements is correct? Author was an army officer. Author delivered an impromptu speech at the rally. Author's father wanted his son to take up farming. This is wrong. Author draws pension as a freedom fighter. Wrong. So which is the correct statement? Author was an army officer. कहाँ पे लिखा है? कहाँ पे? So he missed, no? I only draw the army officer's pension. So yes, he is an army officer. Yes, he is an army officer. Very good. So this is how you have to read it carefully. Boys are not reading carefully. No, none of the boys stop me and tell me this. There is a mistake. Which of the following statements is correct? Author's father was a teacher. The anti-British rally was organized by a congressman. Author's father being illiterate had no vision about his son's future. This is wrong. Author's father tried to get freedom fighter certificate for his son. So which one of this is correct statement? B. The anti-British rally was organized by congressmen. Okay, and this is how you have to solve comprehension. Let's go to the GK part now and solve some GK. हाँ नहीं लाया लाया नहीं है. Let me see on the break. अरे 10:15 तक है ना मेरा लेक्चर. फिर quiet. Let me check my mobile. वैसे भी तुम 8 to 9 ब्रेक पे ही थे ना. मैं नहीं आई थी. So quiet. Wait. Don't make ruckus. It is till 10:15 a.m. Stop it. Stop yourselves. बैठो. The new lecture schedule for English. Let me tell you now. Yesterday we forgot to announce, or the lady forgot to announce, all right, is 9 to 10:15 for English, where there will be half English revision and half or 15 GK revision. ठीक है, तो अभी और 10-15 मिनट्स बैठो, फिर ब्रेक लो. दिस इज द न्यू शेड्यूल. 8 बजे से नहीं होंगे लेक्चर्स. लेक्चर होगा 9 o'clock से. So you can sleep more. है ना? हाँ, कल से नहीं. Where is the GK book? Yeah. Yes. Who? I think we will disperse today and we will start tomorrow. So tomorrow please come prepared, okay?